Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. We've got some Scentsy today. This was actually requested content from a viewer, so thank you so much. The individual who did request this content and also sent me some links. This one is actually a shorter video that we're going to be reacting to. The reason for that is because, you guys, I have fallen off a little. Your girl's been going through it, okay? And so I'm trying to get back on my schedule of posting 2 to 3 times a week, preferably 3, instead of just 1, which is what it's been lately. So I'm throwing some shorter videos in so that I can kind of get back in that cadence and get back up to speed with my uploads. So that's the reason for such a short video today. And now that we have that out of the way, we're gonna get into it right after this disclaimer.
All night, get right. Know you know the price. Know you know the name, no games. I need all my money now, not playing man. This ain't what you used to. I might fly to LA.
Okay, now that that is out of the way, we have one more piece of housekeeping to get through before we get into it. If you are not new here, you know that you can go to the bar at the bottom of the screen and skip ahead to the chapter where it says reaction starts here. You also know that you can scroll down to the description and find the chapters and click on the timestamp where it says reaction starts here. If you are new here, please give this a listen at least one time. I make it quick and painless. I do not blur the names or the faces of the individuals that I react to in my videos. This does not mean that I am encouraging anybody to go and seek these individuals out and send them hateful messages or mean comments. That is never the intention of my content. My content is meant to be educational, but most of all, entertaining. So let's all do our part and keep it that way. And with that, we're gonna get the into it right after I give myself a pat on the back, because I think that's the first time I've ever made it through that whole spiel without having to start over again.
Big round of applause, people.
Finally. Now, if you're not familiar with Scentsy, let me quickly give you the rundown of what it is. Scentsy is an MLM, multi-level marketing company, network marketing company, pyramid schemes, Ponzi scheme. It's been called all kinds of things by different people, so those are just alleged, or in my opinion.
Allegedly.
And their product of choice is scented products. They started with the wickless warmers that melt your scented wax in a dish with a light bulb. So that's primarily what they're known for. They also have scented kids products. They have laundry products now. They have all kinds of things. So that is what we're dealing with here. They are, like I said, a multi-level marketing company. So they're set up with a recruitment-based model for their consultants to make more money. It is about that time that we take a break and thank this video sponsor, Aura. And guys, I have to tell you something that really caught me so off guard. I recently searched up my government name, and to say I was shocked at what I found would be an understatement. As soon as I hit that search button, the first thing that popped up was my information on a data broker's website. And the extent of the information that they actually had absolutely terrifies me. They have every single address. Yes. Every single one that I've ever lived at in my entire life, my phone numbers, all of those things. And to make things even worse, the people who I'm connected to, my in-laws, people I may have came across in the world, they have all of their information attached to mine so you can get their addresses and their phone numbers. I personally think it's a huge invasion of privacy. As a growing content creator with my name and my face being out there more often than not, I don't think that such personal information should be available to the general public. It's absolutely mind-blowing to me to think that all of our information is out there and so easily accessible for anyone to find and potentially exploit or even dox people. And you know something that's even crazier? I'm not sure if you may have seen this in the news, but recently AT&T revealed that over 73 million customer records, both existing and former, were released on the dark web. Guess who was an AT&T customer in the past? Yep, you guessed it, your girl. Now, with that happening, AT&T recommends that those affected use strong passwords, monitor account activity, and consider credit freezes or fraud alerts from credit bureaus. Let's be real for a second. Who really has the time or the mental capacity to remember to do all of those things at least once a day to make sure somebody's not stealing your identity or your information or doing things they shouldn't be doing? And this, my friends, is where Aura comes in. And they are doing all of this for me in one easy-to-use app. Now, I'm not sure if my information was compromised by AT&T, but if it was, I feel confident that Aura is going to take care of that for me, and I don't have to think about it every day, like I said. Aura is always on, doing the hard work of keeping my private information private. Because like I said, it is quite a chore to keep up with, and I already don't do the best job of keeping up with my chores. Now again, I know I value my privacy, and I'm sure you do too. That's why I highly recommend going ahead and checking out Aura by clicking the link in the description or going to aura.com. That's aura.com/SAMD, SAMDEE, and get started on your free trial today. And again, thank you so much to Aura for being a supporter and a sponsor of my channel. This training is short, but she's talking about why we should sponsor and how we should sponsor. So let's get into it.
Right, okay, so it is Saturday night at 7:42 and I was just cleaning actually. I've been away, I've obviously been away overnight, and I was actually just, it's a beautiful night, Dan's out cutting the grass, and I was cleaning and I was listening to some trainings. And what that always does is, let me know if you can hear me guys, because you're on my AirPods, and if you can't I'll change it over, but what that always does is it literally like lights a fire inside of me. So I was like cleaning my windows and I was hoovering, and I've listened to a few trainings on sponsoring, not sponsoring, one of them's on sponsoring, one of them was with Hey Donna, so I've listened to the one by Jennifer Anderson that I've just shared in here, and then I listened to an amazing one from Andy Tita, who's another superstar director in America, and it made me, the topic that she talked about, I thought, do you know what, I'm gonna take my own spin on that, and I'm gonna come in here and talk to you guys about it. Hi Debbie, guys, can you hear me okay?
We can hear you, Melissa.
Right, but it's literally, when I listen to things, it literally like sparks things in me, and I'm like, right, I need to come and talk to you about that, like while it's in my brain. So what I want to talk to you about, and obviously if you are watching this live, amazing, if not you can catch up, is probably a subject that I don't feel like I probably have referred to enough, and if you are new, obviously we've had a lot of new starters, it might be something that if you are new to the industry you might not necessarily understand. I am going to talk about money, so obviously I will put the income disclosure link in the top of in the caption at the top as well. Sorry, I'm just going to open the window.
I thought at first she said, I'm going to talk about Monet. And I was like, wait, I'm so confused. She said she's going to talk about money. So I want to add really quickly, now that we've addressed her accent, which I love, by the way, the individual who sent me this is based in the UK. And she said that over in the UK, Scentsy has grown quite a bit recently. And this individual and one other that we'll be reacting to, I think probably in the next video that I put out, are two of the top leaders over in the UK. So like the other women that I've reacted to in the past that were on my channel are top leaders here in the US, but this one is based in the UK. So I thought it was interesting to hear that they're growing so much over in the UK, because as somebody who lives in the United States, I don't really look at those things too much unless somebody like this subscriber brings it to my attention. So again, thank you for sending these my way.
Because I think it's really important to explain to you guys, because you know we'll always say like, you know, you can earn, so you can earn, right? I've actually just been to the system and I've pulled some like real life numbers. Hi, I'm just live to the team. Do you want to sit with me while I do this?
No, I don't want to. I want to sit on this.
You want to sit on the chair next to me, yeah?
No, I don't want to.
Right, you get on then, because I'm just doing this.
No, I don't want to do that. No.
I'm doing that.
He doesn't want this.
No, you get off and I can sit.
So where am I going to sit?
Stand up.
Stand up, shall I? Right, you sit there. No, you're going to have to sit with me.
No, I don't want to.
Right, I'm going to move in. He's going to sit on the chair, apparently. Right, you sit on the chair.
I stand.
Right, where shall I go?
I don't know. Just stand up.
Just stand up, shall I? All right, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to click my phone back on here. Sorry, guys, just bear with me. I did actually have some, like, actual... Look, I've made notes and everything, Finn. Right, here you go. I'll put you there. I'm going to go get a chair from my kitchen so I can actually talk to you.
Stand.
You need something to stand on. Right, okay, here you go. Rest on that. Done? Amazing. So this is the reality of obviously working at home with children, right? So I've actually made some notes. You done? Right, you go on there. I actually thought he was in the garden with Dan. Are you going to sit there nicely then? Mummy, finish this. Yeah, stop spinning because you'll fall. Yeah? Oh, good. Good boy. Right, okay. I'll pick up where I left off.
I need a mover to stop this moving.
No, you just keep still and it won't move, darling. Just sit there, otherwise Mummy's going to go sit in the other room, okay? You going to sit there? You going to stay there?
I'm going to take this in the lounge.
You want to take the chair in the lounge? Oh, guys. Give me 2 secs. I'll come back. Hang on. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Right. Let me just take this chair in here. 1 second.
Okay, I was not going to include this in the video because I don't like including kids in my videos. I don't include mine. I don't like including others. It's just a personal preference. He will be blurred out, but
Today, Junior!
we should talk about this. As somebody who works at home full-time with 2 kids at home with me full-time, because I also homeschool, I get it, but this is also a reason that you don't see me live stream very often, because I know that my kids require my attention, and at least if I'm filming, if I'm recording a video, I can cut them out when they come in to talk to me or ask me for a snack or whatever it is. I don't know, maybe my advice to anybody who is in this position in an MLM or specifically Scentsy where they feel like they need to live stream whatever it is, maybe instead try just recording something so that your viewers, 1, don't have to sit here and wait for you to come back because you have to tend to your child, and 2, your child isn't being exploited on the interwebs. There are creeps out there, guys, okay? I have very strong feelings about kids on the internet. I understand. I'm not naive to the fact that kids are going to be on the internet these days, but I think there's a time and place for it. I think I'm just rambling at this point.
Couldn't agree more.
I just hate seeing MLM Huns on the internet, on their live streams with their team or whoever else is seeing this, because this is a public video, have their kids there on camera for everybody to see on a not made for kids channel. Maybe let's think that through first. Okay. That's a personal opinion, but almost everything on my channel is, right? I definitely cut a part out, okay? I definitely cut a part out because as soon as I stopped talking and hit play, this little boy walked away, and you can see him in his entirety. He is wearing underwear, no pants. No words. At least one time per video, there is something that happens where I reach the point of having no words. And this is that point, 4 minutes in to her video.
Right, okay, I'm back. So this is the reality of working with children, right? So I will carry on. Right, okay. So what I wanted to talk to you about is why, if you want to grow your business, why sponsoring is so important. And the bottom line is, this is a business, okay? And obviously we are all about community, and we form amazing friendships, and we are all about personal growth, and you cannot grow your business without growing the person. But the absolute reality is, this is a business and you are here to make an income. And I hear a lot of people say in the early days, like, I don't want to sponsor my customers because they're my customers. I don't want to, they don't want to sponsor because I think people don't actually understand like how you grow your business, and how, if growing your front line, if that is what you want to do, if you want your income to grow, why sponsoring is so important. So
if you want your income to grow, you have to recruit more people, which is very interesting that you say that. And also, let's just remember, it's not their business. It's Heidi and Orville Thompson's business, who are the CEOs and owners of Scentsy. They have all of the say within Scentsy. The consultants have none of the say. You even have to use the pre-approved marketing materials, or you have to have your marketing materials that you design approved by the company, and chances of them getting approved are very slim because they only want to go with the things that they have already worked to create and have approved.
I actually went onto the system and I pulled some of my numbers from the early days. I'm not going to go into like director and above. I'm going to take you like on a journey from like when I joined as an essential consultant up to director, and how your income can change. But also, so just to be clear, okay, you can earn, if you process 2,000 PRV every single month, you will earn £600. Okay, straight away. So if you want to earn £600 a month, put through 2,000 PRV, there's your £600, okay? Straight away, you are in control of that, you, the person. Okay, if you want to grow your business beyond that, because this is actually limitless, this business, okay? Where you take this business, that's entirely up to you. But I just think with so many new consultants coming in, it's so important to explain the potential of helping somebody else to get started and the impacts that that can have. And I promise you, if you flip, and guys, if you're just joining, I'm stood up because I was actually sat on a chair and came in and nicked my chair. If you flip your hours out and help more people to get started with their own business and grow your frontline and grow your team wide, that is where your own income is going to grow. So I've just pulled some numbers. I am just going to grab a chair from the kitchen. 1 second. So I was on my own office chair, but I can't possibly have that, can I? But I'm sharing these with just to give you some context, and so you actually understand like what is possible, and it's probably not as daunting as you think. Okay, so I joined in April 2017, and like I said, I have obviously, I'm going to talk about money and I'm going to talk about income, so I will put the income disclosure link in the top. And obviously this is an effort-based business.
It's an effort-based business, as in how much effort you put into recruiting people. Because like she said,
If you want to make more money, you have to sponsor.
which also in my opinion means if you want to make a livable wage, you have to sponsor. Because you heard her say, if you sell $2,000 worth of product, or pounds worth of product, meaning you get 2,000 PRV, you then get 600 pounds. You worked your ass off to sell that $2,000. Because let me tell you how many times I sold $2,000 in the 3 to 4 years I was in Scentsy. It was one time, and it was when I did a fundraiser for my son's daycare, which was very large. The daycare had multiple rooms. They had a lot of kids, a lot of families. So that was the only time that I came in over $2,000. And I want to say it was only, I don't know, 3,000. It wasn't even that much more. But the amount of work you have to put in to just get that 2,000 PRV every month is something that they don't talk about enough, because it's a ridiculous amount of time and effort. And if you have a full-time job that's giving you your livable wage to pay your actual bills, you are never going to sleep.
Get out what you put in. But this is where sponsoring can take your business. So I joined in April 2017. My first paycheck was, I was an essential consultant. I had no team members. It was just me. And in my first month, so I joined in April, and my first paycheck, which was obviously a few weeks later, was £87.42. Okay? Fast forward later to June 2017, so 2 months later, I was a lead consultant. I had 3 team members, 3 active frontline, and my pay was £227.36, okay? Now, obviously, when I talk about this, I haven't actually written down my own PRV, but obviously remember, as if you still push for your 2,000, obviously that's wonderful. You're sitting, you know, you're leading by example, you're encouraging your team members to do the same, and obviously that chunk of your income, it can still be dictated by you, but obviously if you want to grow a team, this is where your income is going to grow. Okay, so that was June. Fast forward 2 months later to August 2017, I was a star consultant. I had a team of 6, I had 4 active frontline, and my pay was £759.35, okay? So that went from April, May, June, July, August. In 4 months, I'd grown a team of 6, and my pay had gone from £87.42 when it was just me to £759.35. And I was a star consultant with 4 active frontline. Okay. The month later, so August to November, no, not the month later, 2 months later, August, September, October. In November 2017, geez Louise, I can't put my brain in gear. So April 2017, £87.42. June 2017, £227.36. August 2017, £759.35. And then in November 2017, I was a star consultant. I had a team of 8 with 7 active frontline, and my pay was £1,107. So May, June, July, August, September, October, November. So in 7 months, my pay had gone from £87 to £1,107, which is a salary, an income. And
Wait, isn't the pound and dollar similar in value? Yeah. 1 pound equates to $1.25 US dollar. So they're pretty similar in value. But the thing I hate about the fact that she's just spewing all of these numbers to these people, right? She's telling them what she started and when she was by herself and how much she made 7 months later or however many months she said with a team and whatnot. First of all, I said this in a recent video, you need more data when you're looking to start a quote unquote business, if that's what you're calling this. And you're not including your network. So who do you have in your network? How many people do you already know? Is your family really big? Do they also like Scentsy? Do you have a shit ton of friends? Or are you somebody who keeps yourself and you don't go out much and you don't know a lot of people? Because those two scenarios alone are going to make a huge difference on the amount of money that you're going to be able to make in a recruitment-based sales business. The second thing is, how much time were you putting into this business? And also to go with that, do you have a full-time day job where you are working outside of the home and then you're also working Scentsy? Were you always home with your kids? Which there's no problem with that. Did you have more time to work the business to make that amount of money? There's so many things that they're leaving out. You can't just go on a call and tell your team members that you made it from 80 something pounds all the way to however many pounds now, over 1,000 pounds that you are now making, and expect them to know what the to do and believe that they can do it just because you did it. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's network is different. Everybody's personality is different. If you're talking about an introvert or an extrovert, that's going to make a big difference. There's so many points that these consultants and leaders don't touch on that are so important when you're looking at a business or any kind of 1099 even job like this. So a contracted position. If you're looking at a contracted position, you want to know these details also so that you know what you're getting yourself into.
That's the truth.
So anyway, that was a spiel. Let's get back into it.
I had 8 team members and 7 active frontline, okay? So I think people think like to grow your team, you need to have like these huge numbers and there needs to be like massive PRV. That is 7 other people and myself obviously putting in an active order. So when we talk about, you know, growing your frontline and working with your frontline, it's about growing wide. If you think about it this way, it's wonderful. It's amazing when you get that person come in and they absolutely want to like take the business all, you know, skyrocket, and they want to go all in and grow the business. Like, that is wonderful. I'm not going to lie. That's amazing when that happens. But think about it this way. If you have 30 people that are all putting in an active order and you've got 30 active frontline, that is where your business growth and your stability is going to come in, and you need to grow wide. So that is why it's so important to always be offering this opportunity to people, because you cannot grow in this business without helping other people to grow. It is literally like giving more than you take, and when you have your arrows out always, what you give out, you receive back. Okay?
There we are. We have approached the inspirational quote portion of the call.
And then the next one, so then from November 2017 to July 2018, I hit director with 13 teamies. So when I hit director, I had 13 team members, 9 active frontline, and my pay was 1,065. So bear in mind, my actual pay when I hit director was less than when I was a star consultant, because my PRB must have been a bit less that month. But, and I'm not going to go any further because I wanted some like numbers that are going to resonate when you first come into the business. You know, I've very openly shared before like what my highest pay has been in Scentsy. It's certainly not that at the moment. I will just put that out there. However, it is totally possible, and it is our Scentsy income is still our full household income. Like, so just know that anything is possible with this business, with time and with consistency. But I wanted to take you on the numbers from essential consultant to director, just so you could fully understand what sponsoring will do for your business and how helping other people is going to grow your income. And I've literally heard people say, well, I don't want to sponsor someone who's my customer because I'm going to lose them as a customer. Honestly, your customers make the best team members. Probably, I've never ever actually looked at the ratios, but probably 95% of my team were customers first.
It's a trap.
They're leading with the product, I guess you could say, when they're selling to their friends and family. But it's like a trap when somebody purchases from any MLM. You are immediately a target to be a recruit, and they will bug you for that because that's the way they're trained to grow their team. Pester, pester, pester. It's just a no for right now. It could be KNOW and not NO. No, if they say no, never ask them again. They know the opportunity is there. You planted your seed and you can move on with your life. If they want to join your bullshit MLM down the road, they know where to go, okay?
There are always, nearly 7 years later, I'm still finding new customers. Every single week, new customers. So there's always room for growth. There is always new customers out there, guys. But honestly, never be frightened of sponsoring because you're going to lose somebody as a customer. Honestly, you can always find new customers. It is better for everybody involved if they become a team member. They already love the products. They're already probably sharing the products. They already know about the products. It is going to be better from and remember, this is talking about income because we are a business at the end of the day, and it's fully okay to talk about income. From an income perspective, for that person and for you, it is better for you to grow your team. And I think it's really, really important for people to understand that because so many people are like frightened of sponsoring. And if you really, really want growth in your business, you need to be consistently, sharing the opportunity and adding people to that front line. Because when you have strong frontline growth, that is where you are building a business with longevity. That is where you are building a business that is going to last. That is where you are building a business. If you have 40 people in your front line and 1 month they're all active, flipping amazing. But then 1 month only half of them are active, flipping amazing too. Because you're still obviously going to be putting in your PRV, and it's about building your front line wide. But I just wanted to go over those numbers and share those numbers with you. So if you are new and you don't, obviously all the compensation plan is on the workstation. And if anybody, I am a fully open book, and if anybody ever does want to know, you know, what my highest pays with Scentsy, I will share it. I have shared it in here before. But that is not where, because any business is going to have highs and lows and dips and, and ebbs and flows. But it is totally possible. And I have met real life people in this business that have earned figures that you literally are beyond your wildest dreams, which is absolutely like mind-blowing numbers. But what I feel is more powerful is in the beginning, is how you can see how you can take it from 1 month in April 2017 from £87.42 to July 2018 to 1,065, which is a wage, which is an income.
Is it though?
That's where it becomes the difference. And obviously, if I'd put 2,000 PRV in that month, that would have been a lot higher as well. So I hope this resonated.
At least in the US, I don't know how the cost of living is over in the UK, but that is not a livable income for a single person, or even a 2-income household. Unless the other person is making like well over 100,000 a year, that doesn't feel realistic. If you're in the UK, let me know. Like, is that really a livable wage? I don't know. Maybe.
I hope it obviously went off on a little bit of a tangent because Finley came in and nicked my chair, as what happens on these trainings, because that's what happens. But I had literally had my AirPods in, I've been cleaning, and I was like, oh, I need to come and talk to these guys about this right now because it's so important that you are not scared of sponsoring. It's so important that you understand that the impact that sponsoring is will have on your business, and that if you want to grow, it doesn't matter if you've been in for 2 minutes, 2 weeks, or 20 years. You cannot in this business. What I love about our compensation plan, guys, is that you don't get to the top and just sit there and do nothing. You have to have real true success and a business with longevity and a consistent income. You have to consistently lead by example in Scentsy. I can't just sit here and do nothing every month and just be paid off my team. It's not how it works. And I wouldn't want it to be that way. Every single month, my numbers go down to 0. I am pushing for 2,000 PRV, and I am consistently sponsoring new people and helping new people get started into the business.
Which is cool, but really the only requirement for them to get their money off of their team is to get that 2,000 PRV every month.
And that is where the business will continue to grow for me, for you, for anybody that comes in, because that is where business growth and longevity comes in. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this resonated. I hope this came across in the way that it was intended. Because I talk about money, I am going to share the income disclosure link, because like I said, we're an effort-based business and nothing in this world is given. It comes through, working hard and really putting your all into your business. But I hope that helped, or maybe turned on a light bulb. Oh, my light went out.
You guys, is this a f***ing bit? Like, this can't be real. I hope that turned on a light for you, and then at the same time she said that, her light turned off.
that helped, or maybe turned on a light bulb. Oh, my light went out.
My light went out. My light went out.
It's just thank you.
What just happened? Oh, didn't have a power. That's weird. I hope that this maybe turned on a light bulb for somebody.
It didn't turn it on for her.
I made them think, oh, actually, I get that now. I get why house sponsoring is going to help and, grow my business. Feel like it went off on a bit of a tangent, but never mind. I think that I got the message across as intended. So I hope that helped, and I hope it has inspired you this weekend to go and share this opportunity with somebody, because what we have is literally a gift to share with the world. So make sure you're sharing that with people, guys. Right. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night, and I will speak to you soon.
Oh my God, that was classic. And also, this is a Saturday. I can't stop laughing. It's time for TikTok Hates Your Bullshit.
Bitch, I don't play. I'm petty, and I'm known to throw shade. Hating ho, please just go. Don't get cute, just walk away. Girl, bye, bitch, listen, fuck you.
That's so good, especially because we all know I'm real petty, right? And I've been dealing with the Amari Huns mass reporting some of my videos, so I felt like that was fitting today. I know it's a old TikTok, but as always, that account is linked in the description. If you're not subscribed and you liked my content, if you liked this video, make sure you hit subscribe, hit the like button if you liked it, dislike if you hated it, whatever you want to do. And as always, thanks for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit, and I will see you in the next one.
This ain't what you used to. 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 This ain't what you